Hey, what did you do for Halloween?
Hey, Nicholas. We sat in our driveway with a couple neighbors and had a little fire pit going, and the kids came up to us and had buckets of candy and that kind of thing. The most popular outfit by far for boys and girls was Barbie, which is I guess is easy to understand.
Oh wow! Actually, it's a good segue. I have some really cool stuff to say about Barbie. Let's go on.
All right.
All right, everyone. This is Nico, your co-host with Matt from EC Marketing. I am with Extremely Live Stream and Video Commerce. We are so excited about this third episode of the VCommerce Show. I hope everyone is great. You all had a wonderful Halloween, got a lot of candies, and obviously make sure you go now to the dentist, clean your teeth, and maybe we don't have a coupon for you to go to a special dentist, but don't forget about this. Well, I'm so excited about the thing and the show. First of all, I want to thank all the audience. We had an overwhelming response so far. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for sharing with your friend. Thank you for putting all the comments you've done. If you like this show, make sure you comment. Please share to your friends. We are here every Friday at 11 on LinkedIn, but we're also posting on the Live e-commerce podcast. We are on YouTube, and hopefully I'll trying different destination, maybe Twitter. Oh, actually, X. Sorry, but yeah, for so long, I'd love to. Mats, what's the? Tell me about the show. What's what the show is about?
Yeah, thanks, Nicholas. And I'm still coming down from my sugar high from the other day with Halloween. It's a fun holiday with all the kids out and about. So the VCommerce Show. Thank you for tuning in. This is a live show, live chat show discussing today's hot topics related to video commerce. Video commerce is a storytelling platform that was created well over 40 years ago with HSN and QVC and has evolved into an engaging direct response commerce through your television, computer, tablet, and phones. We hope you have fun watching or listening our show. Nicholas, what is our first topic?
Yeah, my first topic of the day is speaking of Halloween is Barbie. All right, I don't know if you saw, but they just released their latest report with Metal, right, which is the mothership of Barbie, the Barbie brand,
Tell,
the
yeah.
result their the latest report, and they said their revenue is up 9%. And when you go a little deeper, basically most of their sales are coming from a plus 16% in Barbie sale, the doll itself, and really astonishing growth. So their revenue for this quarter was 1.92 billion. So really an interesting thing. What amazed me in this story more than anything else is like how do they generate those sales, right? It's all about because of the Barbie movie, right? And this is a movie that cost them 145 million at some estimate that I saw online, and that grows 1.4 billion, right? So obviously Barbie is a big brand. It's a well-known thing, but what's I think is very interesting in this story, and how do we can relate that to the video commerce space, obviously, is you don't have to be Barbie to create an awesome video, an awesome, I will say, piece of content that is watched by the masses in some way. If you go back in the live e-commerce podcast, we had Battlebox, the CEO of Battlebox, John Ronan, that came on the show and was explaining how by creating content, he got picked up by Netflix. Actually, they were pitching Netflix. They ended up doing a series on Netflix. The series was paid by Netflix to produce the content. And until today, what the show was like in 2019, until today, 10% of all their revenue are coming because of that show that they did. So I just think that, and this is like, it's not like Battlebox. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in this audience have never heard about it. So this is not like a Barbie brand name, and still it can have a huge impact. So if you're a content creator or if you know how to produce content, the power of video commerce can also be using TV or using the traditional way of doing media.
I agree. I don't know if we saw the same article, but it was on the toy industry. So I saw an article last week about Mattel and Hasbro, and that both companies kind of riding the coattails of um, old school brands like Barbie and Super Mario Brothers, Transformers. They've all created movies around these kind of iconic characters or created celebrities, and they're growing their toy category and their brands through this pop culture phenomenon. And we talked about, it's crazy that I'm even saying this 2 episodes in a row, but Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is her own entity with pop culture and all the dynamics that come through her. Kim Kardashian, we talked about at great length last week, through pop culture, through television. It's pretty amazing. And these young children, just like Gen Z, just like baby boomers, just like all the other generations, are influenced by what they see through media. So
Yeah.
video commerce is just another element to what these kids are seeing. And I will also say that children don't watch traditional television anymore. They're always streaming. They're
Oh
always,
yeah.
it's purposeful viewership where I still click through my cable remote. Kids don't do that. So
Yeah.
it's an interesting dynamic where, pop culture and video, e-commerce, v-commerce, the economy is being affected in a
Yeah.
positive way.
My so we used to have cable. And I had to stop cable because my daughter was asking me like, what is weird with me, like what's wrong with me to watch cable, like everyone's on YouTube, right? So we're watching YouTube, like the most thing that we watch on TV beside the Amazon Prime and some Disney thing, it's really Amazon. And so streaming, it's definitely the way we consume video today has completely drastically changed for sure. So
Absolutely. It's crazy. It's
yeah.
crazy. I'm happy. Like I said, I saw a lot of Barbie girls and different Barbies, not just the beautiful Barbie, but the crazy Barbie and the Sporto Barbie. And I haven't seen the movie, but that kind of thing. Like kids
Oh,
were
you got to see
very
it. It's
creative.
really cool. It's
You
really
have
cool.
seen it?
Oh yeah, I have 3 daughters, so I had to. So but we went to see Barbie, and I brought them in, and it was really fun. Fun experience. Fun experience for the folks. So go see Barbie if you haven't seen it, and then hopefully you'll contribute to the sales, and we'll talk about you in a couple months again. All
I
right. So what's
saw a
on
couple
for the
different
next one?
dynamics and notes this week that I wanted to mention. So obviously we're into November now. This is heart of Q4. The next 8 weeks will, for many companies, dictate the entire year. So it's a big season for most companies, and it's an important season for everyone that does through e-commerce or video commerce or just traditional brick and mortar. I read a couple trends. 74% of shoppers will spend more this year than they did last year, which is a great reflection. And everyone's worried about the economy and inflation and things like that. But 3/4 of people are planning to spend more money. 41% have already begun. So in my world of QVC and HSN and the traditional home shopping way of doing things, they keep backing up the start of the fourth quarter, seemingly year over year. So they've started talking about shopping in early October, where in the past it's started mid-October or late October. So besides their seasonal Christmas in July and all those things, so gift giving is just a huge dynamic with video commerce and e-commerce. 35% of Gen Z will spend more money, which is a great indicator for all those young brands on TikTok and doing their social media sales through Facebook and Instagram and all the other dynamics with their own websites. 93% will buy gifts online. So that's nearly 100% of people shopping online this year, the biggest number I think I've ever seen. And 25% they said will support small business or local businesses, which is a great indicator for startups and founders. So I think some consumers are looking for that new young brand to start to follow and help grow.
I mean, this is a good reflection of what the economy is doing, right? We just got the GDP number at 4.9, right, for so far, and so obviously this is reflecting of that. It is good news for shopping. I think, um, I think everyone is. I won't say worried, but like every inventory are stocked up, piled up for the holidays. Everyone is ready on the starting block. So we'll really wish for like a wonderful holiday season for everyone. So that's for sure.
Agreed.
Speaking of inventory and being piled up and in some way social commerce, my next news is about Amazon, the giant Amazon. They just started an interesting feature that I thought I would mention on the show. It's the consult a friend feature. So basically, they did they look at their data and they realize that people are sharing quite a bit the content. I mean, sharing quite a bit the product that they want to purchase for probably from the phone and everything, so to get advice from friends. And so what they just introduced and they're testing is still on testing mode, but I thought it was really cool because in this era of social commerce, what they're trying to do is so you will be able to share, but now people can vote on the outfit. So let's say you are sharing 5 outfits to your friends, and then people can actually vote yes or no, which one they would prefer to for you to wear, or things like that. So it's very much about involving your friends, relative, families into your shopping habit. In some way, it kind of tied well with what Temu is doing with the group buying, basically. What everyone has heard probably about Temu, but Temu is this feature where you can actually share, and when you share, people can actually get a coupon, a special coupon, and you can also get a coupon. So it's a slightly different nuances, but this notion of buying with friends, social commerce, is really interesting, and I thought that was an interesting move from Amazon on that point.
It is, and it kind of contradicts how I was taught about video commerce in that it's an impulse purchase. So in our world, impulse purchase, they're buying it on the spot. So they're making an impulse decision to buy the product, whether it be an expensive thing or a less expensive thing. Now you're asking friends and family what they think, which in my opinion is going to muddy the waters. The better idea, I like how Home Shopping has always done this. They run counters. Counter like 300 people bought, 800 people bought, 5,000 people bought the product, and it's always in real time. The numbers are ticking on the screen. That to me is a community kind of attitude. Like, oh my God, 5,000 people. So the fear of missing out plays a large role in that impulse purchase decision making. Amazon's taking a different approach. It's almost like a considered purchase. I'm not going to make a decision until I hear what my friends and family have to say about this decision. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to last.
Yeah, it's a test, right? So we'll see what it does. I do think it's for a certain fringe of the population. It's a certain type of purchaser or product. That those might well be quite an interesting. They are currently sharing anyway, right? So now you're just incentivizing the user to respond and then give you a better feedback. And so in some way, it's a more user experience per se than so user is already doing it. So I don't know. I just feel it's interesting. We see, for instance, on the live shows that we perform is that people are sharing, and typically when we ask like who do you share to, it's typically to their friend as well. So this notion of bringing on friends to a live content and to a video is I think it's interesting. It's a good notion, and so I feel that if you see your friends there as well, and you say hey, you see them chatting on the chat, that and then you see that one purchase that might incentivize you to purchase as well. So I think this notion of that is still there.
Yeah, building community obviously is the right path to go. I just don't know about that pause in the purchasing decision if you're waiting on comments from people that you know. Speaking of that, I was looking at this kind of related to video commerce and e-commerce, but marketing trends, email marketing trends. So most young brands that you and I both talk to try to build a consumer community, as we're speaking about, and a great way to do it is through emails. So once you get the consumer emails, then you can market directly to them. You can tell them about the discounting. You can tell them about the special offers coming up, and it really helps drive sales. So this article I was reading about was talking about when and what day what time and what day are the best times of the day. What do you think? What is the best day and time frame to send emails from a business to consumer, B2C?
Yeah, it's funny. So this is something that I had the pleasure to talk quite a bit with folks, and in the typical answers when someone is asking me that, I say, well, it depends, like what's your consumer, when your consumer wants to consume your content, right? So if your typical consumer is a mom, she's going to be super busy early in the morning. She's going to be busy, around 3 p.m. all the way up to 7, 8. So you want to send your email either mid morning, or you want to send them like more later in the night, where she's actually more calmed down. weekend might not be the right spot if it's again it's family, they're super busy. Now if it's a young student, is your democratic your audience, then I'll definitely go early in the morning, or when they go to school, they don't know what to do, and they will do that there. So I don't know, I think it really depends, like who is your audience, when do they allocate time for you, and knowing that, that's what but I'd love to hear what you have to say on that.
Yeah, so I read this is what I've read, and I don't know if I agree with this, but from my own personal experience, I do. Tuesdays are the best day to receive marketing emails. Tuesdays, 27% of companies send their emails on Tuesday, and the best time of the day is 9 a.m. to noon Eastern time. 31% of companies send their emails between 9 and noon, which is obviously between 6 a and 9 a on the West Coast. So when I think the idea is when the consumer wakes up, starting their day, they're going through their emails, and then that's the best time to grab them over a cup of coffee when they're kind of getting their day starting and, to me, truly focused. And then there's another element, business to business emails, which is relative to you and I and everyone probably listening and watching. 48% said that most of the business emails that they like to receive happen between 9 and noon Eastern. And I can kind of attest to that. I try to get out most of my communication in emails, at least initial emails or follow-ups, first thing in the morning. And I'm an early riser. I get in front of my desk between 5 and 6 a.m. Eastern time. And I get started, and I either respond to things that happen late that I missed the night before, or I get things out early before I know anyone is really reading their emails. So then when they wake up or when they sit at their computer, they'll see my emails kind of at the top of their top of the chain. So I completely agree with the whole early is better, and I think the consumer is more engaged at that time of day rather than after the day gets going. 100 things are happening to you, and then certainly at night, you're saying the kids at night they're awake longer, which I guess is a different way of going about it. Maybe the Gen Zs and others would like to digest their day by reading these kind of emails rather than people like me that like to consume them first thing in the morning.
Well, and that made me think that we're sending a newsletter out on Friday at 9 a.m. So we're on the right time, but I'm not sure about the day though. And on that newsletter, we talk about video commerce, top 4 news of the video commerce, which are not the always the news that we're talking today together. So if you want to go and check it out, we also talk about different folks that what other folks are doing in the community and something. So feel free to sign up. It's on eastfromme.com/newsletter. But now you make me think, should I change the date of the newsletter out? Like, if anyone has any opinion on that, please let me know. I'd love to know that.
It's a good point. It's a good point. Something I just learned today. And there's another thing I wanted to touch on before we go. Something I hadn't heard this term, Q5. Q5 is a reference to the season after the holidays, but before the new year. So most companies, I assume, are on vacation or kind of pack things, or at least slow things down on the merchandising side, slow things down on the marketing side, kind of catch their breath. Many people take vacation that last 10 days of the year. But this article is telling me that 79% of the consumers will shop during Q5, that last 10 days of the year. 51% is self-purchase, and 50% look for post-holiday sales. So I think young entrepreneurs and young VCommerce and e-commerce brands should consider this time of year, not just blowing it off for, okay, I'm going to gear up for Q1, get going. As you're building your Q4, and now we're first week of November, we're in the heart of it. Consider what the opportunity is at the end of the year, and not just a reaction to what sold or didn't sell in Q4, but come up with your own strategy. Have a point of view on how you want to spend those last 10 days and finish the year strong.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a couple foot on that. First of all, obviously you will have leftover inventory of product that you may not have moved. And so we know that video commerce is functioning very, very well when you have what's in it for me very strong with a strong deep discount. So that may be a way for you to move product out. So you leveraging video commerce as a way to do that is definitely certainly something interesting. Is there on QVC? Is there on on your platform through an like a partnership with Extremely or others. So that's something I will definitely consider. The other thing that I will mention is, um, you are like, as parents, you offer a lot of kits to your kids and to the family and everything, but sometimes you don't often receive what you actually wanted, and so you still have some buying power. You're like, hey, I also want something great, and so I actually go end up shopping quite a bit, the you know like the last week of December, just for myself, and also in January. So a lot of people are doing deep discount on January, but I found that the January being like more morose type situation, and the December is more festive, and so I want to shop that moment. So please send me product. Keep pushing, because I definitely, I'm a shopper at that moment, specifically as a parent. So there's shoppers out there on that period. Not everyone has spent everything during for Christmas and in the holidays, so there's still buying power there available. So yes, make sure you push all the way to the end, because I think it's worth it. So
Agreed. Agreed. Again, exciting time. Now we're in the heart of the fourth quarter. Everyone's gearing up, a little tense with every brand and trying to maximize their opportunities and things. So, just want to wish everyone good luck. Have a great last 8 weeks of your year. Have a great fourth quarter, and hopefully everyone will finish the year strong.
yeah, absolutely. And for the listeners, please let us know. We're gonna end up the show here, and then let us know what you think. Share with your friends. Share, do social sharing and ask a couple friends like, "Hey, should I continue watching this?" Like Amazon is doing, right? So please tell us what we could do better, and what you would like to hear from us. We are here every Friday at 11 on LinkedIn. We are also posting on YouTube, as well as on the live e-commerce podcast. Thanks, everyone, and we will see you next Friday. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Nicholas.